The dream that Charles and I shared has become a nightmare. The dream that Charles and
I was working with Margaret Leonard and Mason Bowers in neural experiments? What's my connection with J.T. Donnelly and the egg found in my wall? Well, I think I found Margaret Leonard. Well, most of her. Well, hello, boys!
Mr. Murphy, you need to come with us if you want to live.
Seriously?
Just kidding. What was going on in there? You know the drill.
Why do so many people around you end up dead?
Well, it's not because I killed them, if that's what you're implying. At least not usually.
Did you kill Margaret Leonard?
Come on, Danwich. If I killed her, what'd I do with her head? Eat it?
But we keep walking in on you with all these dead bodies. You must be the unluckiest guy in the world.
Whoever offed Margaret Leonard either hated her guts or was completely bonkers. I mean, why would someone decapitate her?
I don't care why, I just want to know who.
Wait a second, how do we even know it's Margaret Leonard? I mean, maybe that's why they took the head.
Yeah, that might have worked 100 years ago, but now we've got apps for that. We've already got a positive ID.
It's kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, kind of working together, bouncing ideas, sharing information. I mean, what if I said I had some information might help your investigation?
I'd say you were withholding evidence.
Now I said I might have something.
No, you said you had something that might help.
Yeah, oops. Look, Danwich, you seem like a stand-up guy, and I know you don't want any vigilantism, so I'll play it by the book. I think I have video that might have been shot by the guy who killed Margaret Leonard. I'm just gonna hand it to you, and hope you'll cut me some slack.
Sign your smart, Alex? Let's have it.
The guy in the video's Mason Bowers.
And this is the guy you think was abducted. The problem is there's no evidence of anyone being abducted, so I can't investigate. My hands are tied.
Well, mine, as you see, are not.
I may have seen this guy before, on some kind of surveillance video.
A surveillance video, you say?
The video could have shown you in your apartment talking to an elderly lady. There may have been another man there as well, a mutant of some kind, who might have jumped you. The elderly lady, in theory, could have appeared to have injected you when you were restrained. In the ensuing struggle, you might have been knocked out on the fire escape.
And when would Bowers have shown, hypothetically?
Right after you were knocked out, tore through the apartment in pursuit of the old lady.
So everything that I've told you matches up, and we're both looking for Mason Bowers.
Are you familiar with a program called VCT, Vehicle Compliance Tracking? All cars come with sensors that report when one is out of compliance. For example, when you have your right front headlight shot out. If you could access the VCT database, which is illegal and highly inadvisable, you would find a list of all vehicles with the right front headlight shot out. If you could provide more information on the vehicle, you can access an ID and an address from the registration.
Any chance this might have been the vehicle seen in the Maldonado surveillance video?
I gotta get back to work, Murphy. If you got questions, ask them. And then stop wasting my time with this speculative nonsense. I know who Zach Williams is, and who his associates are. I'd advise you to keep your distance. Don't recognize the face. Sorry. That's Margaret Leonard? I'll have to take your word for it. A speeder with a broken headlight on the front passenger side? No idea what you're talking about.
As soon as I got back from the new San Francisco Police Department, I had an urgent message from Rook. It seems Rook had a soft spot for Margaret and wanted to bring her some justice. He told me he had another interested party in the Tesla cache, a Count Saint Germain, who was staying at the Golden Gate Hotel. Maybe he could divulge some answers.
One hears a great deal about Tex Murphy on Chandler Avenue. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Word is you're a big fan of Nikola Tesla, or at least his stuff.
Yes. Your local pawn shop has a remarkably extensive offering of Tesla paraphernalia. Certainly the largest cache I've found this side of Belgrade.
You mind if I ask what your interest is in Tesla?
I gather you're at least somewhat familiar with the story of the Tesla cache? I believe some of the items Rook has were part of the Tesla cache, but he refuses to divulge how he obtained them. I presume from Margaret Leonard, or some third party who got them from her.
Shocking. Rook normally would cut off his right arm if he thought somebody'd buy it.
I've spent many years searching for something. My hope is to find a clue as to its whereabouts in Tesla's letters or journals. But the trail has led me here. Tell me, Mr. Murphy, do you know the name J.T. Donnelly?
Yeah. I mean, I just heard about it, but he was a PI, and he lived around here back in the 1940s.
At the Ritz, in the very room in which you now live. An intriguing connection.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting and maybe a little weird, but it's not a connection.
But it's so much more than that. Back in Donnelly's time, there was a man known as the Sleeping Prophet, Edgar Casey. He made a compelling case for the belief that most of us have lived past lives.
You're losing me.
Come now. You've said on more than one occasion that you felt as if you'd been born a century too late. A man out of time, as it were. Tell me, do you have disturbingly realistic, vivid dreams of another era?
Yes.
What? You know about my dreams? I must be getting incredibly broad-minded in my old age. So what are you saying? I was J.T. Donnelly in a former life?
We could explore that possibility, but first, have eggs ever appeared in your dreams?
Oh, I love eggs, of course. Poached, over easy, scrambled. I mean, they're certainly nature's wonder food.
There are affordable accommodations in better parts of the city. Something could have been drawing you specifically to the Ritz. Don't you agree?
Yeah, cheap rent. Could you maybe help me out with these memories? Help me interpret these dreams?
If you could find this egg, or even put me on its trail again, I have certain techniques, such as regression and channeling, that could help you recall past events. And, I should add, the egg is worth a fortune, which I would gladly pay.
We talk for a few minutes longer, but I tell him I need to get back to the case. This is way beyond my comprehension. Mystical eggs? Mind regression? Past lives? It's boggling. Margaret spoke of an egg being held by a religious fanatic who prays. Was it the Tesla egg I found in the wall at the Ritz? If so, it would have been there for over 100 years. Does it have some sort of channeling power from the person who possessed it? Well, Mason Bowers is still the key. I need data for the VCT so I can find out who kidnapped him. I better start asking around.
Time for some good old-fashioned detective work. You should talk to potential witnesses and see if they know anything about the suspicious vehicle involved with the abduction.
It's a picture of someone named Mantis. This VCT software will give me a location where the getaway vehicle was registered. If I can find 5 key descriptions about it.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing? Due to my restrictive protocols, I can only confirm that Count Saint Germain is currently a guest at our hotel. You're talking about the speeder I saw take off after the shooting? What I can tell you for certain is the last 2 digits on the license plate. They were the numbers 6 and 3.
Still locked down.
Closed. Yeah, this building's been a lemon for anyone who's tried to open a business here.
Wow, that is crazy what happened to Margaret Leonard. Is everything okay with you and the cops?
Yeah, the cops would love to pin it on me, but I think it's all tied to a Mason Bowers who was abducted outside the Ritz a couple of nights ago. I'm just trying to find anybody who might have seen something.
Oh, well then you probably need to talk to Saffyre.
Saffyre? Sounds like some Greek oracle.
Well, I don't know if she's Greek or not, but she's definitely exotic looking. And she's one of your fellow tenants. Her door's decorated like a French nightmare, but it suits her business. So, if you hear any noises you can't identify, you might want to come back later. Not a clue. It's a damn shame what happened to that little lady. And I'm not crazy about what it did to her apartment either.
Well, this is a nice surprise.
Saffyre. What a beautiful, if somewhat misleading name.
Thanks, Tex. You know just what to say to please a lady.
Are you a gymnast?
So, what brings New San Francisco's sexiest PI to my door? Business or pleasure?
Let's start with business.
How disappointing. Well, we could use that home gym in there to work off some stress. I'm sure you wouldn't mind a happy ending, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all anybody wants, right? I mean, and they lived happily ever after, that kind of thing.
Fine. You don't want to scratch each other's backs. But what if I don't play ball? Can we still rough and tumble?
Well, Saffyre, don't make me twist your arm.
You can't make me talk.
We can do this the hard way or the easy way.
Excuse me? Are you threatening me? Because if you are, I'd love to see you try the hard way. I'm sorry, Tex. I got carried away. I didn't mean to hurt you. At least not like that. Do you forgive me?
Oh, you're not getting off that easy. It's going to cost you a few minutes of tedious questioning, and then maybe dinner and a movie at a much, much later time.
I'm all yours, Mr. Murphy. You're a tough guy who thinks he's above the law. What girl doesn't like to get a little turned on by that kind of man? First, I hear people running around up in your apartment. Then, this speeder lands outside. I hear some man yelling and screaming outside the Ritz. Then, he runs off with some other people chasing him. After a bit, he comes back, and I hear him outside my window. Sounds like he's talking to himself. Then, 2 other guys catch him, shove him into the speeder. Then, I hear gunshots, and the speeder takes off. It's not the nicest place in town, but you can't beat the price. It's a live and let live kind of place. That's not my kind of store. What's she got that I don't? I can tell you one thing that I've got that she doesn't. Gets along with everybody. Makes great food. I only met you a couple years ago, so I don't know what you were like before. But I like what I see now. It ain't just your ass that's bad. So spunky. And I love spunk. That's the guy you think got abducted? I saw him around a few times coming to see you. I thought. That scumbag detective has been watching me for months. He's been videotaping the Ritz. Runs the electronics shop, though he's hardly ever there. Rook's one of my best customers. His tastes aren't as old-fashioned as you might think. No idea who that is. But that place will literally kill you. After Clint took over ownership of the Ritz from Nilo, things got a lot better. He even removed all the bugs and hidden cameras. Now, what would I know about that? That sweet lady used to live here. It looked black, or midnight blue at first, but when the light hit it just right, I could see that it was actually close to Saffyre, which, of course, I would remember.
You do know she's a he, right? With the strength of 10 ordinary men.
You know, Murph, I think we make a great team. What can I do for you?
That's the most recent photo of Margaret Leonard I could find. Like I said, she's been out of circulation for a while. We were talking about some stuff. Tesla, Romanovs, Fabergé, that sort of thing. He sure seems to know a lot about everything. No. He'd go on into these weird trances and talk about past life stuff. You know, pretty intriguing until you get to where he starts going on about Atlantis. She's dead? And she was living right here for years. How do you always find yourself right in the middle of everything? You have a gift, my friend.
Hello, Murphy. How goes the investigation? Interesting fellow. He was particularly interested in anything to do with Nikola Tesla. He mentioned that he stayed at the Golden Gate Hotel. The speeder that flew away after the gunshots I heard? I'm not sure what type it was, but I did notice that the interior was very unusual. It was all white.
What?
I'm quite certain she was on the run from someone or something. I took care of her as much as she'd let me. I'm very sad she's gone. Yes, I'm sure that Margaret's items came from the Tesla cache, though the pieces she gave me to sell weren't nearly as valuable as rumors would have you believe.
More questions? Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions? Yeah, there was a speeder that took off right after the gunshots. Saw it in my rearview mirror. I got a thing for high-end speeders. This was a 48 Pandian. Sweet ride.
I think everybody's pretty happy that you're back to your old self. Except Rook. That ornery old cuss. No pleasing him, I guess. How are things going for you? A big guy? Talks like he should be on the radio. Yeah, he came in the other day. Didn't seem too impressed with my, cuisine. So this is the speeder you think took off after those gunshots and the abduction the other day. I do remember seeing a vehicle. I didn't get the license plate or nothing. I just saw it was one of them nice Pandians. The Bi-Turbo XL model.
Well, I finally gather enough data to identify the kidnapped vehicle. It's registered to a company called Saffyre, and the location appears on my map.
Of all the face-melting food joints in all the towns in all the world, you walk into mine. Would if I could.
Well, I finally gather enough data to identify the kidnapped vehicle. It's registered to a company called Saffyre, and the location appears on my map. Now check out Saffyre was smart, Alex, and find out it's some sort of doomsday cult recruiting candidates for a brave new world, and they believe this world will arrive soon. These boys take their schoolwork seriously. Nice little wishing well, but a couple of pieces of equipment are missing. Nice little wishing well, but a couple of pieces of equipment are missing. Well, there's some interesting symbols written on these pillars. Force field blocking the entrance. I wonder if there's a mechanism around here that could turn it off. Unfortunately, I arrived at Saffyre and set off every alarm possible. I'm missing a token that would grant me entry inside. I head back to my office to devise a new strategy when I find a fax waiting for me. Someone's been watching over my shoulder, and it's not a comforting feeling.
fax? You have a fax?
Oh boy, fax. An anonymous informant wants to meet me at Coit Tower.
Yep, this is a great idea. Just waiting to meet some anonymous chap who still sends faxes. You know, he probably uses real bullets.
I think you need to be a little more trusting of people.
Tax. I'm plugged into the internet. The internet! And you want me to trust people?
A good point.
Hello, mate.
Slade? How? What? Weren't you in...
Locked up in San Quentin till 2260? Nah, not me. Good behavior.
Behavior doesn't get that good. I bet you can't even remember how many people you've killed.
Oh, I bet I can. Each one in perfect detail. Not like you. Understand your memory's not what it used to be.
Yeah, well, we're all getting older.
Some more than others, I see. So what don't you remember?
Just the last 7 years.
So you don't remember everything after you and Chelsea got nicked? Chelsea's brother? The English woman, Juliet? Our little partnership?
Our partnership? Look, I know we just made up, but I think I'd rather lick toilets with my tongue than work with you.
Ah, but you did, Tex.
I did? Which one?
Work with me. And it paid a lot better than licking dunnies. How do you think you made all that money? These past few years have been, shall we say, mutually beneficial. But now it seems the same old Tex, the Boy Scout, is back. That's a problem.
You want to know what's wrong with the Boy Scouts? Not a darn thing.
So you've been helping us track down this precious little egg. First you say you got it, then you say Margaret Leonard stole it. Next thing I know, you turn up at Cezanne tripping security alarms like some clueless amateur. What the hell was that all about?
For your information, I set those alarms off on purpose. And I don't have to tell you why.
Always got to do everything the hard way, don't you, Tex? This'll get you into Cezanne. Hope you know what you're doing. I'll give you 24 hours to find that egg. And then I'm gonna come looking for you. And you know I'll find you.
Well, Big Jim Slade is right. This key can get me inside Cezanne. You can be hung over from things other than alcohol. My meeting with Slade left me shivering like I had the DTs. This guy and I were partners over the last 7 years. There's trouble in my soul and it's become as cold as ash. The further I see down the barrel, the more dangerous and diabolical my world becomes. The initiation key must be a Cezanne icon. Arthur, King of the Britons. Candidates, eh? Well, I hope I'm more successful here than when I applied at the post office.
Welcome, friend. You are about to begin a journey to an incredible destiny. The successful candidate will become part of an elite aristocracy that will rule a universe beyond imagination. To begin your quest, please set the 7 sacred symbols in their proper place. To begin your initiation to a new destiny.
These must be the silhouettes of the symbols I need to find. Oh, 30-pound brick. Hey, no problem. That is a heavy stone. Yeah, it reminds me of boarding school, literally. We sat on boards all day. There's one of the sacred symbols underneath this stone tile, but I can't lift it on my own. All Greek to me. Wine, candles, chalice. Who says cults can't be romantic? Yeah, looks like somebody quit halfway through. There are just too many words in books. There are just too many words in books. My guess is I need to find the 7 sacred symbols before these doors will open. Tip of the fedora to the custodial staff in this joint. Everything's nice and clean. Well, Cézanne's located in a winter wonderland. Well, I'd hardly call this living, but I'll take them at their word. Goldilocks hasn't hit the joint yet. This sacred symbol has been broken into several pieces. It looks like this sacred symbol has been broken into several pieces. This sacred symbol has been broken into several pieces. It's a magnetic resonator board. Is there a prize inside? This sacred symbol has been broken into several pieces. This sacred symbol has been broken into several pieces. Yeah, one summer night I took out half the windows in the neighborhood with a slingshot. Rook still hasn't forgiven me. This sacred symbol has been broken into several pieces. Goldilocks hasn't hit the joint yet. This sacred symbol has been broken into 9 pieces. It's a magnetic resonator board. Helps reassemble broken pieces. It's a slingshot. That might come in handy. Let's see, crate, wood, pot, and a box with nothing useful in it. Time to move on. Ah, Amontillado. Do I hear scratching behind these walls? Eh. This winery was established in 1879. 1879. Winner, winner. The Amenta. Oh, a fitted sheet and an extra blanket. Being the boss does have its perks. This contains all the books I read last year. The headmaster's pot. I bet this is where he keeps his stash. Pickled egg. Oh, I'm hoping this isn't a chamber pot. It's a Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic. The Case of the Root Canal. Nothing useful. Got his own climate control system. Got his own climate control system. This pickled egg must be over 100 years old. It's as hard as a rock.
I got it.
Well, my trusty slingshot is loaded. Strong rope. These wine bottles are stuck. They do move. There must be more to this than meets the eye. These barrels and wine bottles are actually full of Kentucky bourbon. The nose knows. This sacred symbol has been broken into several pieces. This sacred symbol has been broken into 9 pieces. Is there a prize inside? That's not right. Nice logo. There's one of the sacred symbols underneath this stone tile, but I can't lift it on my own. I don't know what I was thinking.
A match made in wherever you believe you'll go when you die. For me, it's a garage sale. A match made in a garage sale.
There's one of the sacred symbols underneath this stone tile, but I can't lift it on my own. Nice logo. Wine, candles, chalice. Looks like we're ready for Black Mass. Well, that was stupid. Looks like a piece of one of those symbols.
Dear God.
The Ankh symbol. These wine bottles are stuck. They do move. There must be more to this than meets the eye. These wine bottles are stuck. They do move. There must be more to this than meets the eye. Well, maybe I can use this lead pipe to my advantage. Well, what happened? Well, there's got to be some reason this mural was hidden. I better look at it closely. Now I could use that. Well, there's got to be some reason this mural was hidden. I better look at it closely. Well, something just happened. I've been hit so many times in the head with a lead pipe. Maybe this time I could use one to my advantage. Man, I don't even know what I was trying. There's one of the sacred symbols. Neater. Guess I better not be too creative, because it won't work. Neater. The Ankh symbol.
I got...
Well, looky here. I've made a fulcrum. You still got it, my friend. Anubis. Nothing useful. Well, my trusty slingshot is loaded. Tip of the fedora to the custodial staff in this joint. Everything's nice and clean. Arthur, King of the Britons. Nice logo. Well, it's one of the symbols, but it's out of my reach. Got it. These must be the silhouettes of the symbols I need to find. Crook and flail. These must be the silhouettes of the symbols I need to find. Here's something you don't see every day. I'm gonna take it. The lotus flower. That's a hook. It's my favorite artificial lamp. A hook. My favorite artificial limb.
Ding ding.
Well, now I've got something useful. Nice little wishing well, but a couple of pieces of equipment are missing. Hey, a bucket. Hey, a bucket.
Here's the bucket.
Hey, a bucket. Well, I know what this is. It's a thing that does that thing. An ibis. I don't know what I was thinking.
And now the journey of the symbols begins. Candidates are selected for their superior intelligence and physical attributes. The Seysen elite will wield the royal authority over the dominions of Earth and beyond. The test to join Seysen is not without risks. When you cross the threshold, it is literally a journey to the underworld, where either eternal life or eternal death awaits.
I guess this platform's where I go to take the tests.
Oh, who's a good deity?
Nice doggy.
This must be one of the tests of Seysen. I need to step on the platform before I can solve it.
have passed this test. Proceed to the next chamber. The path through the afterlife is difficult. You are required to pass a series of locations guarded by supernatural creatures.
Stay. Stay. Very good. What a good boy. This must be one of the tests of Cézanne. I need to step on the platform before I can solve it.
Mighty pharaohs have reached the underworld and must travel across the River Nun. Each has been given his own guide, but each pharaoh objects to his guide crossing with another pharaoh, unless he himself is present. They also object to leaving their guides with the pharaoh on the other side of the river. Arrange their passage. But remember, though the boat holds two people, one must bring it back for the other to use.
Nice doggy.
Who's a good kitty?
Each statue represents one element, earth, water, or the sun. I need to make sure that the light emitting from each statue reflects the element the statue represents. Afterwards, I need to align the lights emitting from the statues to the symbols carved on the tomb in the center of the room.
Okay.
The light is blue.
Our highest praise is lavished upon you, the newest member of the aristocratic class. The seisan is the lotus flower, a symbol of rebirth in Egyptian mythology. You will now undergo a period of mind conditioning for the next 3 months, where thought patterns will be restructured for complete obedience to our cause. After, you will become a pure disciple of Seisan, worthy of leadership in the new order.
I'll bet this is where they're keeping Mason Bauer since security's so tight. I better be careful to stay in the shadows. This must be Mason Bauer's room, and it's got security lights on. I'm toast if I walk into that.
Well, you're dead. Good thing you saved your game. Oh, wait, you did save your game, right? Because there's no way I'm going through all that again.
For 5 crates, I'll address to Charles Foster Kane. For 5 crates, the armoire is locked. I'll need to find a key. For 5 crates, I'll address to... For 5 crates... Monk robes for the on-the-go monk that favors both stylishness and comfort. Security key. You bet your sweet Bippy I'm picking that up. That's a security badge. The armoire is locked. I'll need to find a key. of chambers are these? This must be Mason Bauer's room, and it's...
On my list of preferable ways to go, this is definitely not one of them.
What kind of chambers are these? I'll need a security card. Yeah, that's not important. Candle, couple of books. Guess this guy wanted to be like Lincoln. Reads by candlelight. A bookmark. A simple bookmark. Or is it? It's a bookmark. That accomplished nothing. Like an Ike candy comic. The Case of the Not-So-Thin Man. I'll put this in my comic book rack collection in my office. Looks like an armoire key. Bam! Looks like we got ourselves another secret room. The armoire's locked. There's a key. These screens are monitoring Mason Bauer's cell. This is Mason Bauer's cell. I need to find all 7 letters for this sign. This must be Mason Bauer's room, and it's got security lights on. I'm toast if I walk into that.
this isn't some fancy detox center. My guess is this isn't some fancy detox center. Serenity. Obedience.
Oh my god.
Purity. Peace. Authority. I need to find 7 circled red letters.
You again? How many times do we have to bail you out?
Every time.
This is your blue screen of death, Mr. Murphy.
Rebirth, wisdom. Looks like the translator's ambitions are the same as Ming the Merciless.
Controls, Alt, deleted.
I need to find all 7 letters. I need to find 7 circled red letters.
Bowers? Mason Bowers. Anybody home? Bowers? Yeah, you don't remember get you out of here.
No. They told me.
I'm scared too. These people, they're trying to hurt you. I'm here to help you, okay? But to do that, I need your help. Look, have you got anything? Anything at all that I can use? Anything in your pockets? Yeah, those are nice. I mean, sit close. Relax. Stay here. Yeah, I'll be back, and you have a great day.
Those are mine! They! Come back! What did you do? Dave! I'm mine! Dave! You come back here! You come back!
Seeing Bauer so unbalanced and paranoid is not a real confidence builder on what the future had in store for me. I'm dealing with something far beyond my level of expertise, and I need some professional advice from my new best friend, Dr. Kate Donahue.
Glad to see you're still alive.
I'm sure you are, since I haven't paid my first bill.
So your test results came back. Have you ever been in the military or undergone any behavioral therapies?
No military, no therapy. Unless you count bourbon.
Back around 2020, a controversial therapy was developed, initially to help victims of trauma. It was known as a trance inducer. Nanites were used to target specific memories, blocking brain signals, essentially erasing the traumatic memories. The military started to use it to treat post-traumatic stress, but then they and other government agencies discovered more off-label purposes.
And somehow it's ended up in my system.
Whoever injected you coupled it with a verbal cue, trance key. It's a phrase spoken to trigger a response. To restore your memory, you need an antidote serum known as a trance interrupter, and then the trance key.
Well, I appreciate the info, Doc. Now, at least I know what I'm looking for.
That's the bad news. But if you get the serum and your key, your recall should be strong as ever.
Yeah, I'll try and remember that.
Let's just keep this professional, shall we? I don't think you could do much better. And yes, I mean that the way it sounded. I believe he runs a diner over by Telegraph Hill. I've dealt with many cases of amnesia, but nothing exactly like this. I've checked around, and it's not stocked by any medical facilities. You'll need your trance key to restore your memory, and the only way you'll find it is to get it from the person who injected you with the trance inducer. I have no idea what the trance key might be, of course, but it would likely be a short, fairly unique phrase.
Before I return to Safe Sand, I'll need a laser blade to cut Bauer free, the trance interrupter serum, and its trance key.